Hey guys, welcome back to Just Cook with Dustin. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell and share this video with your friend. I've got set aside 1 large egg, a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, a tablespoon of yeast, a half cup of flour, and underneath this is a 1/4 cup of sugar that we will add to the mixing bowl at a later time. On the stovetop, we're going to combine 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour with 6 tablespoons of almond milk. We will whisk these constantly over medium-high heat until they combine, making a very sticky or tacky dough. Once the almond milk and flour have combined to create what is essentially a roux, this is called Tangzhong. We will turn off the heat and add a half cup of almond milk. We will let this set aside and cool while we prepare our other ingredients in the stand mixer. In our stand mixer, we will add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, After putting 2 cups of all-purpose flour into the stand mixer, we will add the remaining dry ingredients that we have set aside. We will stir this to make sure the dry ingredients are thoroughly combined before adding our wet ingredients. To this, we will add our 1 large egg, a 1/4 cup of melted dairy-free butter, and the Tangzhong mix that we created on the stovetop earlier. Once we have placed all these ingredients in our mixing bowl, we will then put it on the stand mixer and turn it on to number 1 so that all the ingredients can combine. Once the wet and dry ingredients have come together, you can increase the speed to 2 or 3 and let this continue to knead the dough for an additional 5 to 6 minutes until all of the dough has come away from the sides of the bowl. We will then place the dough onto a well-floured working surface. This is the time when we will begin to work the dough by hand, stretching and pulling and adding flour until the dough is no longer sticky. At that point, we will shape it into a ball and roll it by hand to eliminate the seam and to make the skin smooth and firm. This is working the glutens, making it tighter and tighter. And as you can see here, as you push on the dough bounces back immediately. We will then take this and work it between our 2 hands, pulling down with the right and pushing forward with the left in a circular motion to continue to work the dough. After working the dough between our hands for about an additional minute, we're going to then take the dough ball and place it back into the mixing bowl with about a tablespoon of olive oil. We'll make sure that the dough ball is completely covered with the olive oil so that no dry spots develop while we let the dough rest and rise as it doubles in size. After coating the dough ball with olive oil, we will then cover the mixing bowl with either a towel or plastic wrap. While we wait for the dough to rise, we will get our baking pans ready by covering them with melted butter on all the sides and the bottom. For this recipe, since I am making a batch of 12, I will be using 2 8-inch round cake pans. After the dough is doubled in size, we will remove it from the mixing bowl. We will then weigh it to find out what the total weight is in grams, and then divide that number by 12. After weighing the dough ball, I have determined that each roll should weigh 68 grams. After weighing out each dough ball, I will then begin to tuck the edges underneath, creating a smooth, round surface at the top, and then I will place it under my hand and roll the dough ball under my hand in a clockwise motion, making sure that each dough ball is uniform in shape and size. After shaping each of the dough balls, we will then brush them with melted dairy-free butter and place them in a cold oven so that they can proof once again for their second rise. We will wait until they are about doubled in size, or until each roll is pressing up against the roll next to it. In my oven, I place a sheet of aluminum foil on the top rack to keep the rolls from browning too fast as they bake. We're looking for the rolls to reach 190 degrees internal temperature. After the rolls have proofed for the second time and doubled in size, we will then turn the oven on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and let them bake for 25 to 30 minutes or until the internal temperature has reached 190 degrees. We will then coat them with one more layer of butter, and they are ready to go. These Japanese Hokkaido dairy-free milk bread rolls are absolutely delicious. The Tangzhong that we created on the stove with that little bit of flour and almond milk has created steam that is released as these bake, creating succulent air pockets and such a soft interior for this biscuit. You could use it as a hamburger bun or just serve it alongside your favorite meal. I hope you guys like this recipe, and if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends. It would help me out a lot. Thanks, and we'll catch you guys next week.